What's up? Good morning. To some, good afternoon. Good night to some, depending on where you're at in the country. This is yours truly, Carcino. And let's talk about it. This is a live stream, by the way. As we wait for the people to be notified and show up, which they are. And I'm appreciating that. Now, let's talk about it because Ryan Johnson just spoke about it as well. He's been reading all the comments you guys have been leaving for him on the whole Star Wars movie, the whole everything. Ryan Johnson has pointed out through all your critiques, through everything you guys have ever said, I don't know if you guys can you guys hear me? Are you guys getting this? Okay, because I ain't seen no comments, so I didn't know if it was working. All right. Through everything that went down, all your critiques, all those who said he loved it, everybody who said he hated it, when it came to Luke Skywalker, when he faded away, spoiler alert for those who didn't see it, when Luke Skywalker faded and dissipated away and went in the wind, not one person complained. Not one. They watched that part 1,000 times. Not one, as many complaints if they did, not one person complained about Luke Skywalker's right hand, which is metallic. It should have fell and hit the ground. It should have not disappeared with Luke as he blew away. When he disappeared and blew away, his hand should have said, cling, and fell on the ground. Now, everybody missed it. Everybody missed it. And he said, wow, I couldn't believe it. Because he saw it immediately. For when he watched the film for the very first time, Ryan Johnson said, I wish I could have really did that over. And I'm glad I got away with it. He glad he got away with it. But he said, man, I wish I had have done that just right. Because I know people are going to talk about that. And they didn't. They talked about everything else up and down around the sun. They never mentioned that part. Ain't that crazy? Because I'm sitting up there and I'm like, I missed it too. Because I was so caught in the movie, I've seen the movie 15 times. 15 times. And I didn't see it. Oh, it's got to be one, doesn't it? So the reason why you seen the views get really low on this channel, even in the live chat, is because of the simple fact this channel didn't have a lot of views like my main page, but I've been getting a lot of hate from movie corporations and things like that. I had a video in which I did a breakdown of a film. I guess a lot of people agreed with me. Somebody saw my video and didn't like it, so for some reason they've been striking down my page. For this page don't even get any views really. Like we might, the biggest views we might get is like 300, 400 views. We don't really care. We just do it for the fun. Lastly, just last night, they just said they reviewed on my main page for me to stream and go live. They reviewed the case and they agree with the findings, which is a lie. Their findings tried to say I had nudity in my video or something sexual. The only thing that could be resembled to sex was a girl dancing on a table with a sweater on. There was no sex in this video whatsoever. This video is actually the same piece that they talking about. It's actually on the video right now. And it's not flagged. So it was all BS because somebody paid them, LBJ, to come and stop me from streaming live. Because they could no longer take down my videos. They have exhausted those chances to do that on YouTube. They were not informed well when they were doing it. They thought they could continuously do it, but the rules are in place. Like, if you keep doing this and he wins these claims, you can't keep going back claiming that he's stealing from you. So they start using fake accounts. Then that got busted. Because I'm like, I know what I'm doing and I'm not breaking any rules. So when I won the cases, they had to try a new approach. I know, and then they gonna say that I got this flag on my page and that I can't appeal it no more and all this. Oh, we finna go to war. I already know what that is. I don't have that disposition in me. Well, I'm gonna just allow somebody to get away with something. I'm cussing somebody out. I don't care if it's the employee. They gonna put me in the hands of the right person. Well, I try to tell them, but when you got people that's against you and you don't play ball, these are the results. I'm the living proof of what happens when you don't play ball. Because see, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to contact you to tell you what's wrong, and they'll just see the video, not like it. Because somebody will be like, look what they said about our movie. And they'll be mad about it. And next thing you know, you don't get credentials no more. That's why when they had the controversy with War of the Planet of the Apes. That movie was not what everybody was saying it was. But everybody else was kissing their butt of the movie because they knew they didn't want to lose their credentials. It's just like in boxing. It's just like in anything else. If you don't want to lose your boxing credentials, you better kiss their butt. Who is this chick? Okay, I see you now. Oh, well, Chris, of course he did. That's what started it. I'm like, Chris, no, you didn't. But Chris came up fast. I saw what he did, and I saw Chris just start jumping up in views. I said, what the heck? I saw him, whoa. I saw Chris step up in video quality. And I said, what is going on with Chris? Then he signed on with Alloy or one of those companies. Him, Jeremy Johns, you know, and it got to the point where their reviews were almost the same. It's like one piggyback off the other. We were both doing the same things, coming up together at the same time. I was doing movie reviews. Chris, Jeremy Johns, Tom Shadowbass. Shadowbass left and came back. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, but when it comes to a certain movie, when both guys have basically the same review, and it's like kissing up and trying to say it was the best movie of the year and all that. Plus, Chris is a movie maker too. Y'all got to remember that. He's a filmmaker. He just made a film. He gives you great insight. Like, I have no problems with anything that he does. Except for when you lie to the public like that. I had a problem with that. I said, oh no, that's not true. Now, if I could sit there, if I know something ain't true, and I know how he is, somebody who's a stickly key to detail, he find things wrong with movies that I didn't even look at. And you mean to tell me you didn't find anything wrong with this film? Him and Jeremy Johns. Like, he called this movie like perfection. I'm like, perfection? War of the Planet of the Apes? The box office dictated that. They were trying to appease a certain person who had been who had friended them. Whether it was a director or whoever, that's what their key was. That's what they wanted to do. And that's what they did. If everybody hated The Last Jedi, it wouldn't be at $1.6 billion. That means people went back to see it again. No, it was a couple of idiots. It's just profitable for people to say they hate something. War of the Planet of the Apes is a decent movie, meaning a one and done. It's not something you're gonna want to watch again. I did not lie. It was not interesting. It was poorly executed. They led you to believe that there was going to be a war with the Planet of the Apes. The apes didn't go to war. The apes was just running away from everybody. And how poorly executed it was. They had to do a quick fix ending. And right at the end, they have all these humans coming. They just have a big avalanche of snow cover them up. And that's it. Yeah. Totally terrible. This plague and virus that's killing everybody and turning people into monkeys. That was stupid. Having Woody Harrelson's character go out to the virus the way he did was dumb. No character development for the girl who didn't talk. We know this grows up and she ends up growing up being the girl that's in the Charleston Heston film and the thing with Caesar. It just became a terrible rendition. Like, he's supposed to be the smart leader. Why would you march Caesar in there so they could see Caesar like that, knowing that's going to start a revolt? Like, what was his plan? It's like, it was so dumb. It's so dumb on so many levels that it is so much failure. And it doesn't, and people hate to be deceived. Like, if you deceive them in a good way, yeah. But if you had them believing they're gonna see something like, all right, they're gonna go to war with the apes, and then you go there and you don't see no war at all. You're like, what am I doing? But for those of y'all who just got here and saw the title and wondered how we drifted off into this, earlier Rian Johnson has stated he watched the film and he saw something that nobody else seemed to have caught, that he thought you guys would catch, but you guys didn't. And that was the fact that when Luke Skywalker disappeared in the film, in The Last Jedi, spoiler alert, you should have saw it by now. But when he disappeared, his right arm is metal. His arm should have fell. The metal part of the arm should have fell. It shouldn't have disappeared with him. He realized that mistake, but nobody else seemed to catch it. Now, see, here's the thing. A lot of people don't understand and know that I have written at least 3 scripts. I've turned some into Hollywood already. I got robbed for one, and they just totally raped my movie and took an idea out of it and made their own movie to show that they could legally do that because I wouldn't have enough money to keep fighting them in court. They just said, well, let's just steal his idea anyway. So I learned a very valuable lesson. And Captain America played in my movie. It's called Cellular. My movie is way better than that. They just took a piece of my movie to put in that movie Cellular. Their movie is completely garbage. Absolutely. You have to remember, I knew Kel Mitchell. Still know him, but I don't see him as much. He's busy with his family and his career. God bless him. But he worked for Nickelodeon. He did films, Mystery Men, all these things. He worked for Nickelodeon, which is part of Universal Films. So I used to write scripts and send them in. Then I sent them directly to Kel. So anyway, after having that done, I still got like 3 scripts that no one has ever seen. But they're on a floppy disk. I've written them back in like 94 Yeah, it wasn't modernized. When you write something since 94, 97, all that, it's on those little slide up discs. Right, I definitely got to get it back up. I got to go find those discs. I had love letters to a girl I was dating back then. That was back when I used to type my letters. Well, it wasn't a floppy one. It was those little 3x5s that slide over the little smaller ones, not those real plastic ones. Yeah, they took my script, man. That was crazy. That movie, Cellular, that's why I can't really watch that movie. I think about my movie, I still want to put my movie out. My movie would crush that movie. Because one is much smarter. People don't like smart. When my movie was so smart and they saw it, they said, man, like, this is good. Like, good writing. I had the dialogue, it all made sense. It could all be condensed within an hour and 40 minutes perfectly. It was just too smart. They're just like, it's too much going on. It's not. It's one thing, really. When everybody get through doing whatever, it's really one thing. I'm like, you've seen this done and it worked plenty other times. And people be like, that's just genius. Then I do something that's even better. Now it's too much. I'm like, well, how is it too much? This has been done. It's not like I'm coming up with a technique that has not been done. You just seeing character development and characters that make sense. But they don't want that. They be like, nowadays, I'm scared to even send something like that in. They be like, what if they had a mutant power? Yeah, like a meteor or something. Now she could like read minds. I'll be like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. Forget it. I'm through. Nah, give me my script back. Thank you. I would be done if that was the case. Oh, wow. See, he just pulled up to my house and didn't tell me anything. I anticipated him coming through this door.
Yeah, that was gonna scare you.
You almost scared me too, and I just happened to look outside, and I said, whoa, I was still straightening up.
We brought treats.
All right,
Treats
cool.
as in chips.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you brought some sodas.
Sorry.
Oh, the Hitman's Bodyguard. Yeah, I've seen this.
We haven't seen it. We were trying to watch it.
Yeah, apparently I need a download from my PlayStation 3 to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, we over here talking about the scene in Star Wars that have you guys seen Star Wars?
Not the new one, no.
No.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we got to end this, fellas. We can't continue no more talk about Star Wars now. So this is all over.
It's over, guys. It's over.
No more, finito.
Yeah, they learned about my movie script now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're like, whoa. They didn't know I had a movie script. And I was like, I got to find the rest of them.
Well, where you have them?
It's on the disc, like those 3.5 little discs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got soap in there
Okay.
in the bathroom. Right. No, we've been watching Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Wait.
Exactly. So, yeah, I know that's your favorite character on there. Oh my God. It's like they brought snacks. He's happy.
I don't know what kind of chips you like, so I brought 2 different kinds. Doritos.
Well, if you brought Doritos, Cool Ranch, or regular, that'll work.
Yeah, I told her that.
That's universal.
That's Kevin's favorite anyway.
I used to eat them when we worked together.
Yeah, you did. I don't think you would eat the red hot Cheetos though. Did you? Did you eat the red hot Cheetos?
Oh no, I can eat anything hot.
I got some beef jerky if you want some too.
Beef jerky.
We're like getting ourselves comfortable already. Like, all right.
He was my favorite character on Stranger Things. He was the key, especially in season 1. He was the main key. They're like, those are real friends.
Thank you.
Yeah, they love the movies like me. Yeah, this is the new heater that they put in. Yeah, now it sounds like a doggone race car. Upstairs is vibrating. It took him 6 hours to put that thing in.
Yeah.
I was in here falling asleep because I was stuck in the house. I couldn't move. He was there 6. I felt bad for him. He was from 6 in the morning. He didn't get done at 10 at night. He has been working all day since 6 in the morning. And I was like, dude, you could just come back tomorrow, man.
There's no rush.
He was determined to get this thing down. And what took so long is that panel that was in there, he had to pry it out. It couldn't fit. It was whoever built this place, and they built it in there. They welded it like 4 times instead of the 2. They put 2 more screws in to just hold it in place, and now you can reach it. So he was like, man, I would have to go through like the floorboard in order to reach it. It was crazy. My friend be coming over to borrow money. Well, at least you got it to give. Man, it feel like a sauna in here. Jeez.
That's coming out of you. My goodness.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't know it was this hot.
It's nice outside. It's like 45 degrees.
Yeah, that's probably why this is cooking in here. I feel like I gotta get turned over. I'm in the skillet. Let me see. Make sure I didn't mess anything up. All right, goodbye, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and watch this. Thank you.